it's okay. All right. So thank you for all being here. I have to post it. It's okay. Yeah. Thank you for all being here. I'm so excited for all of us together. 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 Oh my God, that's so funny. Together. Okay, never mind. Love the word joke there. Like if you are new here, my name is Sietske de Waard. I've been hosting this festival together with my business partner and my best friend, and my partner, my actual partner, that is also a business partner. And we have been really investing in creating a Planetary Wealth Festival, not for just this small piece, but for the long run. And we really love to create community with everybody, like-minded spirits, right? That feel like they want to contribute to the planet. They want to create companies, businesses, bigger movements, bigger things through the art of being in your true nature. And that is also what this opening is going to be about. But before I start with all that jazz, all that goodness, let's first take you through the day. What is today all about? Today, especially, I'm getting really excited about this, and maybe you can share why you're attending to this specific one and maybe this day specifically. Because today is all about the art of creation, basically. And we have different people that speak on the art of creation within business projects. Basically, that is all the same. Um, oh my God, I'm talking to an empty room now. It's always very anchoring when I see people. But okay, let me see if I can just not see you. Or if you want, you can open your camera. It always startles me a little when I don't speak to anybody. But anyway, just let me just come back again. Yeah, why are you joining here? Why are you joining live here today? And what is your desire to maybe get out of today? And what is your intention for today? Because today is all about the art of creation. The art of creation in businesses, companies, that is all the same. That's where I left off. And what the art of creation really is about to me is staying anchored in the true self, right? In the natural self. Because when you are like you are the vessel for businesses, companies, projects, and the moment that we get into a disruption, into a ego pattern without knowing it, of course, we move into these spaces all the time subconsciously, like all during the day, always, hey, we are moving through those different states, and that is super normal. Like that is what it means to be a human. But it is really noticing that you hold the power. You hold the power of what is created outside of you. And so really what I especially have been constantly, I would say, researching is the art of creation. Like what makes a project come alive? What makes it die, you know? And I really love your input on this. Like, why are you here? Like, what is the intention? What is it that you want to get out of this today, especially like today now? So I'll just give you a moment to share so we can collaborate and create this a beautiful thing together. And you can also open your mic, by the way.
Sorry, I will be dropping out sometimes because I have a small baby.
It's okay. You're welcome. You're welcome in New York.
I can maybe go forward because you asked a question.
Yeah.
Nice to keep the conversation going. Personally, I have been investing myself in this work. Yeah, I'm a yoga teacher. I'm working in the yoga industry and also working with women, especially with Ukrainian community here in the Netherlands.
Ah, beautiful.
So since I was pregnant and since I had a baby, now she's 5 months old, I really didn't have much of my energy invested over there. So for me, now I feel like okay, I have more space in my mind, and I have some space in my yeah in my life now because she's also gonna go to a daycare.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
really want to connect with like-minded people and to see yeah what is going on, what are things moving, on the other side as
Yeah.
well. To learn from each other is very important. To share, to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so happy to be part of this.
Yeah, and are you already in a Telegram group? Because we are really focusing on building community, and also in the most of the days in the latest slots, we also provide connection with the Planetary World family, where you can. We yesterday we did a speed date, and it was so much fun. So know that that is provided. We really are so high on the community building in this festival because we just see that together everything is so much easier, you know? So,
No,
welcome to tag
I'm
along in these
not,
spaces. Huh?
I'm not a part of Telegram group yet.
Oh, well, please join. It's a nice place to be when you really want to be in a community together.
Where can you find the link?
It is communicated in, I think, every email, so you can just
Okay.
check the email out. Welcome, Romy. Romy Michelle. Yay. Hi. Oh my God, beautiful woman. So happy to have you. Yeah, we were just doing a round like what is your intention for today? What do you want to get out of it? Like I am specialized in the art of creation. That means when you are in this the beyond self, creation moves naturally. Naturally. It's just like you feel an impulse and you things are moving by itself like nature. But when we get into our personal conditioning, it starts to become different or distorted, and that's how you also see projects, companies, etc., become like an image of what is happening inside. And that's why we bring this technology and this more, yeah, totally okay. We bring this technology today as a beautiful anchor point for yourself to stay more grounded and to really notice the effect of what is happening inside you to what is happening outside of you.
Hmm. Well, actually, this is the first meeting that I'm joining. So it's like poop, and like I'm being asked right now. So I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the
Oh,
questions.
don't worry about it. You're welcome to just sit back and hang in, but it's just like we love to have community here, and you're welcome to ask your questions, that is, and bring your input.
Yeah, but you ask about my intention, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I read the subject you were about to talk about,
Mm.
and this is what I'm doing this last few months, I think, really tuning into um, another reality that I'm already feeling, but it's not like in the now in the physical reality yet. So
Yeah.
I'm tapping into that reality. So that's why I was attracted to your subject.
Yeah. What is
And
the reality that you are already sensing?
whew, it's big. It's
Yeah,
big.
I
And
love
I
big.
think
I'm
I
all about
think
big.
it's not said in a few words,
Mm.
but one of the main things is that I'm living abroad with my husband
Mm.
and we're starting a community there. And I'm feeling like that money isn't an issue there or an subject. I don't like money, but I like money. It's like contradiction to each
I
other.
Yeah, I have so much coolness on money on this. I actually did a really cool talk on Monday. You can see it
Mm,
in the replay list. On Monday, it was
nice.
about unity with money.
Mm,
So money is actually not a topic when there's not all this bouncing off the walls kind of thing happening in your
yeah,
field that
yeah,
looks like money is a problem, but it's just not in unity, you know?
yeah. I think we need to learn to love money because it's necessary in the world we're living in right now. So yeah, it's
Like
a
I'm
little,
getting
yeah.
freaking excited because I will just mute you for a moment.
Mm,
Because like what my passion is and always has been from when I started, uh like when I was a younger kid till now, like there's a whole journey of why I'm even doing this. And like I can give you a small piece of that journey because it's super interesting to see like how these things link together. As what I always felt in my body as a young child was that I wanted to do something for animals. And now I'm hosting like events, right? Like what's the deal with that? But during my upbringing, I started to see like I was attracted to voluntary work, for example, but it didn't bring in money. So I was like, yeah, that doesn't really seem logical because I need to live by myself. And so at some point, like one piece of my vision, it really is that I wanted to contribute to planetary wealth, which is why we created this festival. And I want to also, live a life, and that is something that seemingly at that time when I was choosing my way in the world, seemingly didn't come together. And that's when this brilliant idea came in my brain, like the whole construct of how we are creating companies and how we are creating like foundations is so weird because there's no sustainability in for the people that are in the company. At least a lot of things are running on volunteers. And I was like, this doesn't really feel like sustainable because not everybody can live from air. I know there are breatharians, but that basically also is part of my journey. Like I was like, I just want to make a ton of money in my company because then like it's not because of then everybody has a different way, but I can see, I can circulate money. Yeah, I can circulate money through those projects while also be sustained while also sustaining other things. And so in that perspective, money is fucking epic, because it is such like a providership to be in this like divine union with a source that can resource so many things. And that is like one of the core things that I get excited about. I always felt a little ashamed that I want to be a millionaire or like a multimillionaire, and then, but it is coming from that core. And even if it didn't come from that core, it wouldn't matter. But it comes from that core of knowing what sustainable wealth can do for planetary wealth when companies, especially because companies have such a big influence, or projects, or like, but companies have such a big influence on the world economy and the world society, the world culture, that I feel like, man, we really need some good leaders out there to kind of like balance the scale, like be more in connection to supporting the lions and supporting wildlife, and that's sort of stuff that I'm really passionate about. And like you are doing, like building a community, and I don't know what your intention is with that community, but it's so cool. Like we need leaders that kind of know how to bring unity within their companies, within their projects, within money, because that is also how I see companies are sustainable, on a larger scale. And that is really why I love the art of creation so much, because what I studied and what I see is a lot of companies and a lot of business own that like a lot of companies have such a toxic created a toxic environment where people are getting unhealthy, where the planet is getting unhealthy, where leaders are get like unhealthy basically. And I see that that has such an effect on such a such a bigger scale than you know like it has such a big effect, you know, like on a bigger scale, like burnout and all those things are rooted in not being in oneness with yourself. And that is why Rosa and I also created a lot of cool offers to provide this unity teaching. We have a coaching certification coming up and a mastermind, which are very, very cool. So if you are like, okay, like I want to be supported while I'm leading bigger things, bigger movements, bigger, yeah, bigger holding bigger spaces. The mastermind is very cool. Also, when you want to like amplify that to projects, and that is application only, and it is an investment of 25K, I think. Yeah. And we have also the coaching certification where you teach this to others, where you bring your wealth consciousness and the way of natural creation to clients, to board members, to whoever is in your into your communities basically. So those two offers are standing there, but I will go into this more deeply later, and for now I will just keep it to what we are bringing right here. There is a real cool thing though, because the coaching certification today is 7K instead of 12, and it is a year long of getting into a coaching modality around wealth consciousness and being able to hold that while also bringing that to your clients or to whoever. Circulating back to what we were talking about, the art of creation. When you look at the like the consciousness field is basically unity, right? We are in unity. Like your ego makes you like your mind. I will say it like your mind makes you makes it look like you are a person, right? You are have an identity with a name, with how you operate in this world, with conditioning. But basically, we're all united through the consciousness field, right? But within that awareness, within that consciousness field, energies are moving. Energies are moving. And so, what I love to get you aware about is that these are the functions of creation. The art of creation is well, I always get confused when the videos goes off, so sorry for that, but it's like where are we? The energies of creation are inside of your body and inside of like all of life, which I love to point out as the feminine and the masculine energies. And basically, yes, okay. Basically, they are super working together, and you don't even need to do anything for it, for movement to like for energy to move, for movement to happen, right? For creation to happen. It is all happening naturally. And the moment you are conditioned, traumatized, conditioned, the subtle uh, attraction points of your conditioning allow the frequency of natural creation to become distorted. So, for example, we have so many cool examples also in creating this global festival. For example, do I want to use that example? So, for example, we have a 10-day festival. We have multiple speakers. there is a lot of, art of creation going on here, a lot of teaching moments here, and teaching modality happening in real life. We have been working behind the scenes on this festival for a longer time, but especially in the last 2 weeks, 2 weeks, we have been seeing like where specifically is the art of creation happening, where it gets a little distorted and it has an effect on our body. Right. So what that means is that, for example, yesterday and today we have been working on providing introductions for our teachers and managing the music in between the teachings. And it is quite a lot of energy to hold when you're with the two of you, and there is like basically a constant ask for you to be in some sort of a way present, and there's no way to detach. And so 2 days in, and we already feel the effect of this on our body, where the creation doesn't move in a way that is sustainable, and it doesn't really move in a way that is supporting our bodies, right? And so we had to look at that, because if we kept it, it would like throw us off our game. That was not sustainable. And so basically, when you work with the art of creation, you constantly like feel the effect of creativity on the creativity on your body. That's also how you can pinpoint, okay, you know what? I see that there's something not really, working well. And it's tweaking that, whether it's in your internal systems or the external system. So basically, I love to work with the feminine and the masculine, where the feminine is experience, emotional intelligence, life force, and then the masculine is the structure and the structure, the containing energy. So let me know if you have any, connection to what feminine and masculine energies are, so I can provide you with more intel on that if it's needed. And yeah, I'll just wait for that. Hmm. Okay, so what we are, let's see, where I left off. So basically, you notice when there's something out of alignment inside of the creation, it starts to have an effect on the kind of the energy of you, and that's where the energy leak comes in. And the only thing, basically, what you do is bring it back into alignment, and sometimes bring it back into the bring it back into the awareness of noticing and seeing the energy leak, and trusting that there is a solution, and the solution comes up. Now we have a different workflow that makes the workflow off our natural and like off of our personal energy. So we created a workflow where the hosts are, giving over the mic. Is that like passing the mic? Yeah, passing the mic. Hey, Adriana, welcome. We are passing over the mic, and what the effect was on that, on only that tweak in the workflow, it was like my whole body started to relax, and I was like, okay, this is correct. This is this is the correct, like the correct way, where it's basically aligned, with us, with the projects. And so what I've been seeing is this works, this energetic, these dynamics, let's say, the feminine and masculine dynamics, they work. This is very cool, and this is also what we both teach in the mastermind and in the coaching certification when it comes up in the second trimester. It is basically what happens inside and goes out. It has an effect on the business. But like, and these creative energies also work through teams. They work through teams, you know, like the feminine and masculine energies, they work through teams. So we even have a workflow where I know like one of my team members is more in like has a higher focus on the feminine aspect of creation, whereas I hold more of a combination of the two. Obviously, it's not that super, you know, boxed in, but it is very interesting to start seeing like my partner implements things very differently than I do because I am a feminine core being. And that makes my way of creation differently. I have a whole academy on this. If you're interested in this kind of technology, so fucking cool. Most of your problems will disappear in a way because you get the construct of creation. This also works on money, by the way. But my partner has a very different way of creation. So he is more masculine oriented, right? Because he is a masculine core being. And so within our team, these workflows, these flows of creation are also working. And throughout the planetary like wealth family, we also see this working. With money, we see this working in that way. And so the thing, and the most cool thing, I think, is when you start to remember that creation can be easeful, and it is actually the state of being that that creation is kind of supposed to be easeful. I mean, we all have like learning curves, but it's not like the status quo. I don't feel like the status quo is hard. The learning curve makes it hard because we are conditioned. And so, you know, creating new skills and creating new structures makes it sometimes feel hard, which we also experience now in creating this first festival. There's so much that comes in that is new, that is like, oh yeah, okay, this it feels sometimes really hard. And we have a cool thing coming up. I will discuss this with my partner as well. But we have a cool thing coming up. If you're interested in it, DM me, because we are creating the behind the scenes of launching a 10-day festival with 30 speakers and the do's and don'ts of this. So if you're very interested in that, let me know because I will hook you up. Let's see. Romy says, I struggle with the masculine structures around all the things that I have to do for my company and the vision. The balance between the feminine flow when it's going really well, but need a break. Let me see. What do you mean? Like the balance between the feminine flow when it's going really well, but need a break, and the masculine structures. I'm not completely sure what you mean with the last sentence. But yeah, maybe you can speak on it.
I will. I didn't really know how to explain it with words on the there, but
okay.
I feel like when I'm in my workflow and it's going really well, I feel a difficulty to stop. Although I'm feeling the urge and need to stop and to reload again.
Mm.
And after that, I'm noticing that I went too far and
Yeah.
that I actually needed a break to stay in this workflow.
Yeah. Okay, I will speak on this. This is a slight change of direction, but
Okay.
this is, no, I love it because this is such an important question and such an important answer also. Like I've created Alchemize, it's mastering flow state basically. And what flow state within our bodies, we have like flow state people always want flow, 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 right? Oh, the ease, the oh, and the well, there are two different stages in flow, but maybe I will get into that. But we have like this kind of attachment to this easefulness, right? And here comes in also awareness, consciousness. When you get this, I want to say disconnected, not disconnected, this okay, disconnected from the attachment. Yeah, okay. From the attachment to flow, and that everything has to become easy, then you will start to notice the flow cycle. Uh, I've been working with somebody that is actually neuroscientifically based and has done research to flow on flow. And in our nervous system, we have 5 stages of flow state, where part of the flow state is struggle. Struggle is the part where you learn. I feel like I want to keep it a little shorter, but flow state is where that's the learning curve, what I'm talking about. When you come into like that's the function of it is learning what you want, learning what works, learning what is good for you. After, there's a regulation phase. So there's a phase where you are neutral. You're just neutral. And then there is a flow state. I think you're pointing at that, where everything goes well, right? You're like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Processing is going really quick in your brain because there's a bigger processor online. Boop, boop, ideas popping in. And that feels kind of, it feels a little bit like um, addictive. And I feel that is also what the crash and burn cycle, what I think a lot of entrepreneurs experience come from, because when you are in flow state, pieces of your body stop functioning. It stops functioning. So the nervous system state of flow state, the high flow state, where there's a lot of productivity, there's another flow state. I will come to that later. I think it closes off digestion, processes, and it has kind of the same neurobiology settings as the stress state. The stress state when you are in fight and flight. So the processes are quite similar, except for the biases. So one is negatively biased, and the other one is positively biased. And there are probably some other differences, but it's very cool because what happens when you stay in that too long, your body starts kind of crashing, it's not healthy to stay there. And so every stage has its own purpose, where the flow state that comes after that high flow is kind of to come back into unity, to kind of let it land deeper into your body, to make it permanent, everything that you learned in that stage. I think there is a chemical called amendamine, I think, that makes the thing that you learned, the stages, the things that you learned in the high flow state, it makes it permanent. It makes the change in your neurobiology permanent. And after you go back into regulation, into like the normal regulated phase where your processor is smaller, and all of that you need. I think the last piece is Yannick, the last piece of that flow state, those 5 stages, is to make it internalized, so it lands in your body and you become regulated again normally. Because what I said, like there's a lot of information, new information coming in. And what I heard her say is that these flow states normally they have this flow states of 2 hours. So know that you are going through these different phases in every cycle, and that it's not healthy to stay in it for longer, because you just crash your body with it. And you probably will notice, and we are also noticing, we are also noticing it. Our bodies are already starting to feel the effect of being too long in the high flow state, heightened flow state. Yeah, so that is a small part. It is also in the teachings that I have in my own academy. It is called Alchemize. And it's actually, thank you for bringing this up, because the teachings of Alchemize are about becoming super efficient with your energy. What we see when it comes to the art of creation is there is a difference between, or let's say, scaling, and that is also what the teaching is about, the Alchemized teaching. Scaling your company naturally is becoming more aware of high functioning, like your high functioning energy, how your energy functions basically, and using those different states for everything to work very efficient and productive without it needing, like, leaking energy basically. And so there is a study that is really cool where there were what was it? There were military people that were studying a language, and I think without these are not the exact. Please, these are not the exact numbers, but normally it takes you X amount of time to learn a language, and with them, I think they could do it within months, like within 3 months or something, because they actively used flow states. Super cool, super, super, super cool. Yeah, Snoopy. But this is actually what I also see when you want to scale your company, but when you also, like, I love a challenge. Sometimes not, because sometimes it get a little hard, but I love a challenge when, I've created a company. Last year was a six-figure year for me in sales, where I first started with, like, I don't know, 10K for the whole year or something. Which is an enormous growth, of course. And why is that? Because I started to recognize the flow states. I started recognizing what works for me, what works for my energy, and what doesn't. What doesn't? Because a lot of people are imprinted that everything that other people are doing needs to work for you, but it isn't true. Like, it isn't true. I would say the more specific you get with your own energy, the easier everything becomes. And that is also when we are talking about the art of creation and the feminine and masculine dynamics. It is how you are wired, like neurologically, is how you create, is how you create. We had the human design class. You can look it up. We have a replay portal, so you can have that permanently. I will put it in the replay email. But basically, and that is, I think, 97 euro for lifetime access. But that is one of the pieces, get to know your energy, get to know how you work, how your energies naturally work. And you'll see that it's easier to, I want to say manifest, for the lack of a better word, easier to manifest bigger things outside of you, because it doesn't take a toll on your energy. It doesn't leak anything. And so that is how you also prevent burnout. Okay, how are we doing? What are the pieces that are coming in? What is the energy here? What is coming in? What sparks? Tell us. Hi, I'm just nodding here. All makes sense. Yeah, like what like I would also love to kind of, get personal. Like, where do you feel like, hey, I see this this is something that yeah, okay. This is something that is very interesting. When you know that things can be different than what actually is showing up. I feel so tired today. Yeah, I completely understand. What is showing up in the outside world, what is the reflection of your outside world, and what you know to be true about who you are in the natural state of your being. Like, what is the dissonance? And we can talk about that as well. I'm very high functioning and let my masculine run the show. So there are cool workshops coming up on Friday. One is okay. I mean, like one is mine. Like I'm the biggest fan of my own work, obviously. Uh, but there is also a workshop on Friday of Sophie Josephina, sorry, on healing the inner dude. Because, the masculine is not the like the bad energy here. Because what I see with a lot of women, they have such a resistance, and obviously, right, such a resistance to the masculine energy, what is called the masculine energy. But when you are a core feminine being, the dynamics are different. The dynamics are different. You function when you are a core feminine being, so more energy is feminine. You function different. You work you rooted in the feminine, and the masculine is the supportive energy. It's really funny because when my partner and I started to collaborate, we started to get started to kind of what is this? Like get how do you say that in English? Butting heads. We started to kind of, yeah, collide, to like butt heads. And it wasn't because we were unwilling or anything, but just because our creative process is different. He starts somewhere else than where I start. I start most of the time with the energetics, with creating the blueprint, and he starts with, yeah, okay, but we first need to start. First need to start with implementing. And I'm like, no, I first need to know what we are creating before I can start implementing. So that is actually very cool that there is really a difference between the functioning of core masculine beings, whether that is a female or a non-binary person, that doesn't matter. But it's good to know what your core energy is, so you know also how to work. All right. I think I'm done. Like, I feel like this is, for me, it's completed. I do feel it's fun to have some examples that I can work with you. Okay. Adriana says, I feel so tired today. I think that's probably why I'm still without a partner. Okay, watch Sophie Josephina's thing. She is working with women that are highly functioning, like the boss babes that actually crave the feminine leadership. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, so this was basically is it. If you are like, oh my God, this is so cool, we have multiple things coming up. As I said, there is the mastermind, which is only for the women, for the people, I would say, for the people, the men, the women, the non-binary people that are already creating movements, that are already having bigger like a business, and they feel like they want to get more globally impacted, or they want to get more like a bigger scale of impact, and just like widen their capacity basically, while staying rooted in consciousness, awareness, in truth. And so what we love about this mastermind, that it has like different, it has different elements. One is community. I've been holding a mastermind before, and what I see is the power of my mastermind is collaboration. So people start their own projects together, and that is what I also see is the beauty and the fucking miracle of this, where people start to collaborate. And that is in the mastermind on, I want to say a higher level, but what is higher level, right? So, but on a more like growing, bigger impact kind of level, we do have applications. If you're interested in it, DM me. And yeah, like there's even an option for like a yacht mastermind yacht, like a yacht mastermind day, or like a special exclusive event that you can come to, that is like a second tier. Very cool. Very, very cool. And I feel we're just doing limited spots, like 10 maybe. Yeah, I would say 10 for starters. It's a healthy year and it's super like exponential growth. If you really feel like I'm super serious about creating bigger communities, like what we are doing right now, and holding that space of sacred union, or like wealth consciousness, and having these intelligences. Like I am, like for the most, I'm specialized in the art of creation. So what happens in that awareness, and Rosa is specialized in staying anchored in consciousness. So just give me a DM. There is applications only in that 10 spots, so it is limited. I would move on it if you feel like, yes, this is the thing, and we have like exclusive things. Yeah, it's all about teamwork. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Makes everything easier. And and when you bring one element of somebody's gift with another together, it is such a magical, it's like alchemy, like getting alchemy together, where something that didn't exist in both ends didn't exist. You bring it together and it's like a magical cocktail, it's like something new happens, where you have gin and coke, and then, oh no, no, not gin and coke. I don't actually know if gin and coke work really well because I hate gin. But rum and coke, and then you have like Cuba Libre. The something extra is added to it. And then there's a lime showing up. So that is there. Just the Emio Rosa, we have an application process for it. It is very exclusive. We don't want everybody in, because the power of this mastermind is really the transformation that we get when people that are already done a lot of work for themselves and already hold spaces like companies, to bring them to another level. The second thing that is very cool is the coaching certification, where we are providing a method where you can bring this to your own team members, to your clients, to whoever, yeah, whoever is in your field of expertise. And we want to bring this to you because I feel like when more people start to work in this way with natural creation, it creates such a global impact. So that is also linking back to the impact that we want to make. Today, it has a exclusive offer. It is 7K instead of 12. There are payment plans, but the work there that we do is super cool. So in the first trimester, you learn this thing on your like digest this thing for yourself. So you will notice a lot of patterns will be how would you say that? Unhooked, I would say. And you will start seeing how creation works inside yourself, how it works outside yourself. That is the skill that we are giving in the first trimester. The second trimester is embodiment. Let it work inside your own projects. Really execute it, basically. Use it within your own project, within your own community building, within your own shaping the future, basically, from your own natural imprint. It is called the imprint, fucking epic. And then in the last trimester, there is a trimester of coaching. How can you coach people? Because When like ego is both sneaky and ego is both sneaky. 555. Yay! Maybe you're meant to be in this. I don't know. Like it's super sneaky, and when the clients are in front of you, when clients are in front of you and they give their or team members and they give their own projections to you, can you hold that space and be in the receiving mode and still be in the impersonal, in the beyond, without going in your own things, you know? And can you like pierce through that illusion so people can actually expand and see that there is limitless power available, limitless. And most of the time ego patterns are very afraid to die, so you will start noticing resistance, and that's where we coach you on also. How can you hold the space so other people can expand? It's very good for teams, very good for clients that are also wanting to expand in their own unique way. So yeah, that is 7K. I will put it here. If you need a payment plan, just let me know, but it's only for today. We really want this to feel like an exclusive opportunity, and we raise the bar every day. Yeah, you know, some people already know, some people don't. That's okay. We want to kind of provide the people with, like, we want to kind of spoil the people that actually already know, yes, this is for me. I was talking about the replay portal. I've you know, showed you two workshops that are coming up. If you want to keep them, it's there. And yeah, we also have a donation link. I'll also put it there. I think I'll just put it up everywhere because we are basically creating these kind of projects now on our own interest, and we want to, you know, be able to, you know, if you like this work, ask for support, financial support to make the way, like the organization, how do I say that? Like get the cost of the organization out. That is there as well. So basically, this is it. I'm super excited. Adriana, if you're interested in the coaching certification, let me know. Rup, rup, rup. Everybody, basically. Yeah, is there already somebody that feels like interested? Maybe you can just let me know. Then if you need yeah, if you need anything from me, just contact. I'm working on that this summer, tapping into my creativity and dance more. Yeah. You say balance, baby, and I would kind of what most of the time when you are conditioned masculine while you're a feminine being, the first stage is turning more to feminine, to the feminine practice, right? Okay, I'm going to dance more. This is not a like another rejection on how you're like what this is what it's doing. And we turn more to the feminine part, so we get more connected to it. And at some point you're like, damn, you know, hey, the tables need to turn. I'm actually this where I start. I'm actually this, and from this creation comes out of me. From that dancing, the creation comes out of me, you know, or like from dancing or whatever. From being in my erotic power, creation comes out of me. And then the whole I start from my masculine and go to the feminine starts to kind of like turn. That is the polarity work, starts to turn, and you become more connected to being in the feminine more and knowing that the creativity comes from that space. It's the starting point of creation. All right, that was it. Hope you had a blast. Maybe you can just share your wins or your like the cues or the takeaways. I would really love to hear. Fucking on point, yo. 95 it is. We did it in exactly an hour. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. So maybe you can give us some inputs, you know, like what was your key insights today? Love to hear that. Oh, I want to say bye, but I forgot the name that I saw here. Romy. Embracing all parts of me. Yes. Severin. Oh, look. Yeah, that's totally fine. You can be whatever you want. Thank you so much. Enjoyed being just a listener, observer. Hey, we need listeners also, right? And observers. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So this was my